Excellent. Okay, this one's called I Just Wanted to Let You Know. On the train to work last week, I'm opposite a woman who keeps trying to sneak a peek at my disarmingly good looks. You couldn't write it in a book, I swear, the number of times that women of a certain age sit and stare. It's embarrassing, really. But also quite appealing to know that I've still got what it takes to turn heads while other blokes my age have retired to their sheds, out of harm's way, unable to play in the playing field, on the swings and on the roundabouts. But for me, no such doubts. I'm all over the monkey bars, like a monkey, except in a suit. Not a monkey suit, of course. I don't go to work in fancy dress. But I digress. She's still giving me the eye, and as we pull into Snow Hill, she's reached across and placed her hand on my thigh. I hope you don't mind, she says, but before you dash, I just wanted to let you know you've got some food stuck in your tash. This one's called Goldilocks. That very famous story about the Goldilocks and the bears, the three bears and the Goldilocks. This is like a fable, a story, nursery rhyme, some might say. Anyway, Goldilocks. Oh, Goldilocks, this just won't do. Breakering and entering, pilfering and porridging, feckless freelance foraging. Too hotty, too Goldilocks, too biggie, too tiny locks. Too softy, too harsh, you spoilt little mardy arse, grumbling selfishly, apparently helplessly, through the bare-free house of orphan opportunity. But while you slumber Goldilocks in Baby Bear's pink Betty socks, the alpha male has got your scent, hell-bent on having his revenge, to avenge the porridgy puddle, the shattered stool that took him weeks to make at Bear Night School. And up the stairsies he's a-creeping to slay you while you lie a-sleeping. But Bear has underestimated your resolve, your inbuilt knack to problem solve, and the fact that being somewhat handy locks, you are armed at once with your pistols cocked, locked and loaded, the shots explode, extinguishing the Ursa Major thus with just the minimum of fuss. The grizzly's gizzards glisten on the floor as you listen for more approaching paws, but Mother Bear and Baby Locks have seized their chance. With Daddy gone, they're off to live in France, to open up an Air Bear B&B, where they both live happily ever after. Short one. You'll like this one. It's called Naughty French Haiku. It's a haiku. My wife likes it blue, so does her twin sister too. Menage a trois. Nice. Leave that on till later. I'll do a series of short. Easy for you to say. I'll do a series of short ones, I think. This one's called Black Magic. It's 1983. I'm at my grand's watching ITV. Grand's on the crochet, and what can I say? It's dull. Then there's a lull in proceedings as from the box opportunity knocks, goes to the ads. After the one about the sanitary pads, a beautiful woman appears on the screen. A Duran Duran soundtrack adds to the scene. A bloke like James Bond appears out of nowhere, all Gucci suit and swept back hair. He smooches over like a silver fox, asking the question, who knows the secret of the black magic box? My gran looks up from her little knitted socks and says deadpan, it's chocolates, you stupid man. This is a sporting poem, Daniel.
Okay.
It's called Table Tennis. No matter what your mates might say, on a Friday night, down the pub after 10 pints of snakebite, it's unlikely you'll be able to play tennis with a bedside table. That's it. This one's called Guilty Pleasures. Letting one off and blaming the dog. Tick. Driving with your lights on when there isn't any fog. Tick. Peeing in the Crystal Leisure Centre swimming pool. Tick. Crumbling hash into the gooseberry fool. Tick. Drawing a giant cock and balls on the frosty windscreen of your next door neighbour's Porsche. Tick. Smoking behind the bike sheds. Tick. Loosening the runners on downhill sleds. Tick. Tying up the laces on a blind man's shoes. Tick. Leaving unattended baggage on platform number 2. Tick. These and other treasures are my mother's guilty pleasures. I'm whistling through them now. Oh yes. A colleague at work told me that she had lost her cat, and it was only after I had said, "Have you looked behind the sofa?" that she said, "No, lost as in dead." This is an acrostic poem. Acrostic poem. I'll give you a little bit of poetry lesson now, Daniel. Okay. That's when the first letter of the first word of the line. The first. Have you got that so far?
Yeah.
If you go down the page looking at all the first letters, it makes a word. Spells a word. In this case, it's gimp mask. I thought you'd like that. Gimp mask. Gingerly, see what I'm doing? Yeah, gimp mask. Gingerly dipping into the world of S&M, I purchased a gimp mask. Mesmerised by the latex feel, preoccupied by the rubbery smell. Mark my words though, an unattended mask is a kitten magnet, snoozing in its sweaty warmth, keen to leave a furball nestled in its darkened folds. Nice. Okay, this is called Granny Smith. It's serious now, this one. Pay attention. Serious. Granny Smith. I know you were the apple of Grandad's eye, and he loved you to the core, but from a young age you beguiled me, tricked me into thinking you were sweet. With your neat, pale, unblemished skin you took me in. Your bitterness was a shock, sharper than a well-honed knife, and for the life of me I'll never forget that deceit. Revenge, however, is sweet. I'm going to skin you, Granny. Peel back your layers, Granny. I'm going to cut you, Granny. Slice and dice you, Granny. And when I've pared out your heart and you can no longer lie or grumble, I'm going to bake you in a pie, Granny. Or maybe a crumble. This one's called Swings. When I was 7, I was pretty sure that I could fly, so I thought I'd give it a try off the swings in the park behind my house. Turns out I couldn't. This one's called Passion Killer. If you're going to impress on your big night out, when you're in with a chance, when you're in with a shout, from experience, just do a quick double check that you haven't put your pants on inside out. Excellent. Right, Richard III. This one's called Richard. This is like a history lesson. Richard III. I went to Polytechnic in Leicester, and it turns out that for one whole semester I was walking over Richard III. On my way, ironically you might say, to my lectures on the limitations of the English monarchy in the latter Middle Ages. Yeah, history that, history. I'm doing park related poems, I think, theme. It's like a theme running through the whole set of things that relate to parks. Anyway, this one's called Car Park. I'm parking my car in the car park for cars. It's a little bit sad. There's no swings, no slides, just roundabouts. There's a little giggle from the corner. Just roundabouts. Oh, I've run out. Right, let's stop there.